So it's primary day in a few states today, and Liz Cheney, up for re-election in Wyoming for the at-large House seat, will likely lose. It's not definitive, but she, even getting the endorsement of her dad, Dick Cheney, who did an ad pointing out that Trump knew, Liz knew, he knew, and really most Republicans knew that Trump was lying and they were fooling themselves. I think Dick may have been giving his party too much credit, but I think a good chunk of them know that obviously Donald Trump is a criminal and a seditionist and now being investigated for the Espionage Act. And, I'm not going to list his resume, and will likely end up in prison. The espionage stuff is pretty serious. But Liz will still lose. And that's because the Republican Party is a cult, and you know that. But I still think it's important to discuss what we're looking at right now. The party overall had 10 House members who voted to impeach Donald Trump. Trump supported a right-wing cuckoo to take on Meyer, who I disagreed with on a whole lot of things, but had served his country and was a reasonable voice who came out against Trump after January 6th and never wavered. He was defeated recently in a primary in Michigan. Anthony Gonzalez up in Ohio, a center-right kind of guy, played in the NFL, was in the military. He's choosing not even to run for re-election. As you know, Adam Kinzinger is not running for re-election. Fred Upton, also Michigan, not running for re-election. At this point, we're looking at, out of the 10 who voted to impeach Trump in the House, I think at least 7 or 8 of them are going to be gone, which is a travesty. Because again, I want Republicans to lose, and the truth of the matter is that Meyer's seat may even be a Democratic pickup. And I know the DCCC got involved there, and I'm not getting into all of that crap, what their strategy is or isn't. But when it comes to Meyer, having somebody you could work with across the aisle here and there was actually a good thing. Now, if it comes down to whether that seat determines whether Democrats or Republicans control the House, I'll be glad that Meyer's gone and that we took the seat. I want to take every damn seat possible. I don't want any of you to sort of mistake in that for what I'm saying here. But what I'm saying here is we have a Republican Party. It is circling the drain now. Every decent person in it who's not elected is running away. Lobbyists and consultants and, Rob Portman's chief of staff here in Ohio, longtime chief of staff, has endorsed Tim Ryan over J.D. Vance. He's not a spineless pile of gelatin like Rob Portman. He may have no future career in Republican politics, but he realizes the danger that some fascist like J.D. Vance, who talks about coming into office and firing all non-political actors that don't bow down on their knees to you. Yeah, J.D. Vance has said that kind of crap, besides the racism and everything. He realizes how important that is. We had these folks in 2020, Kasich and others coming out for, Jeff Flake for Biden. And we've seen more and more of this, let's just say. But again, Liz Cheney is a huge symbol. Her dad having been vice president, she was being groomed, of course, to be president. And I cannot tell you how much I hated her 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? I thought she was awful. I still think she's mostly awful. Her politics are reprehensible. She was often nasty unnecessarily to Democrats. And, the thing that's interesting is maybe somewhere along the line she realized, as other Republicans have admitted, Joe Walsh, who I have to say has become a friend of mine, admitted he played a role in taking the Republican Party to performance art from real policy, that he helped push it in the direction of cruelty and sort of, lacking a real policy agenda and being more about just fooling the rubes and retaining power. And he's apologized for it, and he's taken blame. I'm really interested to see what Liz Cheney does afterwards. She may not leave. She may run for president in the primary just to attack whoever the right-wing Republican nominees are. Thankfully, unlike some never Trumpers who've said, well, maybe DeSantis won't be as bad as Trump, he won't send out late-night sweaty tweets while covered in chicken wings. He will fire non-political actors like he's already done in Florida, like a prosecutor and a researcher and other people that prove his BS is wrong. And he will go after companies like Disney. So ridiculous. Liz Cheney has said that she couldn't see supporting DeSantis. I have a feeling she may run for president, and it would be very interesting. I don't want her to win. Don't get me wrong. I would love it if she'd run as an independent and destroy the Republicans. And she could do that and take 20% of Republicans and help deliver the Democrats. Don't put it beyond her. They have destroyed her political career now. She was in House leadership, and because she chose to stand up for America, she was pushed out of House leadership and now pushed out of her House seat and attacked virulently by Fox and the sordid scumbags. And again, look, I know Liz Cheney benefited from that universe for years. Okay, so I'm not absolving her. I'm not absolving any the never Trumpers who looked the other way for years. Some of them have become friends. Some of them have apologized for what they've done. Some of them have helped fight the Republicans and joined us. I mean, there are people I used to debate on Fox News who I'm now working with as somebody starts mowing the lawn outside. It's crazy. Remember, mowing the lawn can be dangerous. For Rand Paul, it led to him getting his ass kicked by his neighbor. This has been a public service announcement. Okay, back to the point here. We'll see what happens today. A Democrat's not winning in Wyoming, so it's sort of different than the Meyer seat. Liz Cheney would be a voice at least of some sanity if she could retain her seat. I am hoping she wins. Again, the Iraq policy was awful. Most other things that she supported were awful. I'm not a Liz Cheney fan. I'm not a Liz Cheney booster. What I am is somebody who understands that in a two-party democracy, you need two parties. Eventually, I'd like to have more, and no, that doesn't include the bullshit forward party, which is exactly that. It means in a stable time, we try to realize that there shouldn't be a two-party monopoly, not during a time when fascists are trying to take over. We split the majority vote against the fascists. I've done some of these on that too. But again, it's just a reminder that even a name like Cheney at this point, kind of like the name Bush couldn't do it in Texas. George P., who kissed Trump's ass and debased himself after what Trump had to say about his family, about his mom, about his dad, lost in his race to be attorney general to literally a guy who he hasn't been convicted, indicted. He's been investigated for I don't know how many years now, Ken Paxton, for bribery and campaign finance violations and anything you can imagine. So just watch and see what happens today. Hey guys, please hit the subscribe button. Smash it, the kids say. Turn on notifications. Share this with all your friends. We want to reach 10,000 by September 1st. That's the goal. We're setting it now. Like, comment. Thank you.